Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Imagine this. A simple quarter sitting quietly in your pocket right now could be worth not 25 cents, not even a few dollars, but an astonishing $876,000. Yes, you heard that right. Nearly $1 million, hiding in plain sight. And here's the part most people don't realize. This isn't some ancient coin locked away in a museum. This is a 2021 Mint mark $quarter coin. A modern coin. One that could still be circulating today. Now let me ask you something. When was the last time you actually looked at your change? Not glanced, but truly examined it? Because what I'm about to reveal might completely change the way you see every coin you touch from this moment forward. Here's the truth that most people ignore. Rare coin wealth doesn't announce itself. It doesn't come with flashing lights or warning signs. It hides quietly, waiting for someone observant enough to recognize it. And while millions of people spend these coins every single day without a second thought, a small group of informed collectors are turning pocket change into life-changing money. And today, you're about to step into that group. But before we go deeper, quick question for you. What would you do if you found $876,000 in your pocket tonight? Pay off debts? Buy your dream home? Or finally live life on your terms? Hold that thought, because by the end of this video, you might be closer to that reality than you think. The 2021 quarter isn't just another coin. It's part of a modern series that, under normal circumstances, would be worth exactly 25 cents. But here's where things get interesting and incredibly exciting. A rare minting error. Subtle, almost invisible to the untrained eye, transformed a standard coin into a collector's dream. These errors can include dramatic die breaks, misalignments, or striking anomalies that create unique patterns, essentially turning each flawed coin into a one-of-a-kind masterpiece. And in the world of coin collecting, uniqueness is everything. Now here's the fascinating part. The coin we're talking about reached a market value of $876,000 not because it was old, but because it was rare, verified, and in high demand among elite collectors. Let that sink in. This isn't about age, it's about awareness. Think about that for a second. People often assume that only centuries-old coins carry massive value. But this 2021 quarter completely shatters that belief. It proves that opportunity isn't locked in the past. It's happening right now in real time. And here's where urgency comes into play. Every single day, coins like this are unknowingly spent, lost, or ignored. People walk into stores, hand over rare coins, and walk away without ever realizing what they just gave up. Not because they're careless, but because they simply don't know what to look for. And now you do. But wait, before you rush off to check your pockets, let's pause for a second. Quick reality check. If finding valuable coins were easy, everyone would be rich, right? Exactly. That's why attention to detail becomes your greatest advantage. Here's a simple shift in mindset that separates successful collectors from everyone else. They don't just spend money. They study it. They look at mint marks. They inspect surfaces. They notice imperfections that others ignore. And those imperfections are exactly where the money is. Now imagine this scenario. You're at home, casually going through your loose change. You pick up a 2021 quarter. You notice something unusual, something slightly off. Your curiosity kicks in. You research it to verify it, and suddenly, what looked like pocket change becomes a life-altering discovery. Sounds unreal. It happens more often than you think. And here's a quick thought to keep you engaged. What if the next coin you touch is the one? This is where everything changes. Because knowledge without action is just entertainment. And you're not here to be entertained. You're here to transform your financial reality. The opportunity in rare coins isn't reserved for experts or historians. It's for anyone willing to slow down, observe, and act with intention. The barrier to entry is low, but the rewards can be extraordinary. And let's talk about demand, because this is where things become even more powerful. High-value error coins like the 2021 quarter are not just rare, they are highly sought after. Serious collectors are constantly searching, bidding, competing, driving prices higher and higher. And when demand meets rarity, prices don't just rise. They explode. So while most people see coins as small change, you now see them as hidden assets. Now picture your future for a moment. Not a distant dream, but a tangible shift. Extra income flowing in. Financial pressure easing. Opportunities opening up. All because you chose to pay attention where others didn't. And here's something important to remember: wealth doesn't always come from doing something extraordinary. Sometimes it comes from doing something ordinary, extraordinarily well. Like checking your change, like recognizing opportunity, like taking action when others hesitate. So tonight, when you empty your pockets, don't just toss your coins aside. Look at them, study them, question them, because one of those coins could be your turning point. And if you've made it this far, you're already ahead of millions of people who will never take this seriously. Now the question is, will you? Because the next $876,000 discovery might not belong to a collector or an expert, it might belong to you. What if I told you that a simple 25-cent coin sitting quietly in your drawer could be worth nearly $500,000? Yes, $487,000. Not a rare gold coin, not an ancient artifact, just an ordinary-looking 1990 quarter. Now here's the uncomfortable question. How many times have you ignored your loose change? Think about it. That jar in your kitchen, that forgotten coin in your car, that pocket change you handed away without a second thought. What if, just once, you gave away something that could have changed your life? Because today, we're uncovering the hidden truth behind the 1990 mint mark $2 coin. A coin that most people overlook, but elite collectors are quietly hunting. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Not every 1990 quarter is valuable. In fact, most are worth just 25 cents. But a rare error variation, a subtle, almost invisible mistake, has pushed certain coins into the six-figure range. Yes, you heard that right, 0.6 figures for a quarter. So before you dismiss this as impossible, ask yourself one simple question. What if you already own one? And no, this is not one of those get-rich-quick myths your uncle talks about at family dinners. This is real money, backed by real collectors. Stay with me, because what you're about to learn could completely change how you look at coins forever. The 1990 Washington quarter was minted in Denver, produced in massive quantities, and circulated across the United States like any other coin. On the surface, it appears completely ordinary, but hidden within this sea of normal coins are extremely rare error versions. We're talking about minting mistakes so subtle that most people would never notice them. Errors like off-center strikes, doubled dies, die cracks, and in some rare cases, striking anomalies that create a unique visual distortion on the coin's surface. Now here's where things become serious. Collectors are not just buying coins. They are buying rarity, uniqueness, and history frozen in metal. A single error can transform a common coin into a one-of-a-kind asset. And when demand meets rarity, prices don't just rise. They explode. That's exactly what happened with select 1990 quarters that displayed significant minting errors in near-perfect condition. These coins have reached astonishing market values, up to $487,000. Let that sink in. A quarter worth more than a luxury home in some states. Now pause for a second. When was the last time you actually inspected your coins? Not glanced. Inspected, because here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Opportunities like this don't disappear because they never existed. They disappear because people ignore them. What if the only thing standing between you and a life-changing discovery is a magnifying glass and 5 minutes of attention? Think about that. The wealthy don't just earn money. They recognize value where others see nothing, and right now, there are still undiscovered error coins in circulation, hiding in plain sight. That means one thing: time matters, because every day, someone, somewhere, finds one dot, and every day thousands more unknowingly spend them. Imagine this. You're sitting at home, going through old coins, not expecting much. Then suddenly, something looks different. A slight doubling in the lettering, an unusual strike, a detail that doesn't match the rest. Your curiosity turns into focus. Your focus turns into realization, and that realization could turn into hundreds of thousands of dollars. This isn't luck. This is awareness. This is knowledge, and most importantly, this is action. Because the difference between those who discover valuable coins and those who don't isn't access. It's attention. You don't need to be a professional numismatist. You don't need expensive tools. You just need to start looking with intention. And let's be honest, Checking your coins is a lot easier than scrolling endlessly on your phone, right? So here's your moment. Right now, today, after this video, go find your coins. Look at your quarters. Check for the 1990D mint mark. Examine every detail like it matters, because it might. Because somewhere out there, someone is holding a coin worth $487,000, and they don't even know it yet. Don't let that someone be everyone else, except you. This is your opportunity to step into a different mindset, a mindset where small things hold massive value, where attention creates wealth, and where a simple quarter can become a life-changing discovery. So the next time you hear the sound of coins in your pocket, don't ignore it. Listen closely, because that sound might just be the beginning of your financial breakthrough. Imagine this. A simple quarter sitting quietly in your drawer right now could be worth $765,000. Not a rare gold coin, not an ancient artifact, just an ordinary-looking 1997D mint mark $quarter coin. The kind you've probably spent without a second thought. Now here's the uncomfortable truth. What if you already had one and let it slip through your fingers for just 25 cents? Pause for a second. When was the last time you actually looked at your coins? Because hidden within everyday pocket change, there are silent treasures. And today, we're uncovering one of the most shocking examples. A 1997D quarter with a rare error that has turned ordinary people into unexpected winners in the coin market. Sounds unbelievable? Good, because that disbelief is exactly why opportunities like this still exist. Let me ask you something. If I handed you a quarter right now and told you it might be worth $750,000, would you check? Or would you shrug it off? That decision could be the difference between staying where you are and stepping into a completely different financial reality. And here's where things get interesting. The 1997D mint mark quarter was struck in Denver, part of millions produced that year. On the surface, nothing special. But deep within that massive production, a small number of coins were born different. And in the world of coin collecting, different means valuable. We're talking about rare minting errors, subtle, almost invisible to the untrained eye, but incredibly powerful to collectors. These include off-center strikes, double dies, and misalignments that transform a common coin into a high-value asset. Now here's where excitement turns into urgency. One verified 1997D quarter error, graded in near-perfect condition, has reached a staggering market value of $765,000. Not because it's old, but because it's rare, unique, and in demand. And demand is everything. Think about it, collectors aren't just buying coins, they're buying stories. They're buying mistakes that were never supposed to happen. They're buying exclusivity. Quick question, have you ever made a mistake that cost you money? Of course, we all have. But what if a mistake could make you money instead? That's exactly what happens here. Now let's reset your attention for a second, because this is where most people get it wrong. They assume valuable coins are obvious. Big, shiny, ancient. But the truth? Some of the most valuable coins look completely normal. That's why they get overlooked, and why they remain in circulation longer than they should. Hidden in jars, lost in drawers, passed from hand to hand, until someone like you decides to look closer. And here's the powerful part, this isn't about luck. It's about awareness. Because once you know what to look for, you start seeing opportunities everywhere. Check the mint mark, look for the D. Examine the details. Is there doubling? Is something slightly off? Does it look imperfect in a way that feels unusual? That imperfection could be your breakthrough. Now imagine this scenario. You're sitting at home going through old coins. Maybe it's late evening. You're tired. You almost stop. But something catches your eye. Tiny detail. You take a closer look, and suddenly, everything changes. That's not a fantasy. That's happening to people who are paying attention. Here's the reality most people don't want to hear. Opportunities like this don't last forever. Coins get discovered. Markets evolve. The window slowly closes. And while others hesitate, collectors and smart sellers are already moving. So the question isn't if these coins exist. The question is, will you be the one who finds one, or the one who missed it? Because right now, as you're watching this, there are still undiscovered 1997D error quarters out there. Maybe in your house, maybe in your car, maybe in that old jar you haven't touched in years. And here's a thought that might hit a little hard. What if your next financial breakthrough isn't in a new job or a risky investment, but in something you already own? Take a moment. Let that sink in. This isn't just about coins. It's about awareness, timing, and action. The people who win in this space aren't the luckiest. They're the most observant, the most curious, the ones who refuse to ignore small details. So here's what you do next. Start checking every coin, every quarter, especially the 1997 D. Because the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is often just one small detail. And that detail could be sitting in your pocket right now. So don't wait. Because while you're thinking about it, someone else is already searching. And they might just find your $765,000 quarter before you do. We're talking about the 1979 D Mint Mark $quarter coin error. A coin so rare and highly sought after that collectors and investors alike have been chasing it like treasure. And here's the kicker. Its current market value stands at an astonishing $587,000. That's not a typo. Just one single coin, and the right owner could unlock unimaginable wealth. You might be thinking, a quarter? Really? Yes, a quarter. But not the ordinary kind you find in your couch cushions or at the bottom of a jar. This is a coin that defies the ordinary. A coin with a unique minting error that makes it one of the most valuable collectibles in the United States. And if you happen to have one tucked away somewhere, it's more than just a coin. It's a golden key to opportunity. Now, let's step into the world of rare coin collecting, where passion meets profit and timing can make all the difference. The 1979 D quarter dollar was minted in Denver, as the D mark suggests. But an unusual error in its production made a small batch incredibly scarce. So scarce that collectors are willing to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for it. The precise nature of the error varies. Sometimes it's a double die, sometimes a striking misalignment, but the effect is the same. It turns a standard coin into an irreplaceable piece of history. Picture the minting process. Thousands of quarters rolling off the presses, most perfect, some flawed, and a few extraordinary. Those extraordinary ones? They're the ones that grab the attention of wealthy collectors, auction houses, and investors. Imagine your coin sitting quietly in your drawer while someone across the country would pay more than $500,000 for it. Feels like something out of a movie, doesn't it? And here's a little secret. In the world of rare coins, moments like these happen quietly, often unnoticed, until someone realizes what they truly hold. And let's pause for a moment. If you're laughing and thinking, $587K for a quarter? That's insane. Well, yes, it is. But isn't that the thrill of it? Life is full of ordinary quarters, but only a rare few can turn into extraordinary wealth. Now, imagine the fear of missing out. Someone just sold a similar 1979 D quarter dollar error at auction for nearly $600,000. They held onto their coin for decades, never suspecting its true value. And suddenly, in the blink of an eye, it changed their life. That could be you, or someone else. The urgency here isn't just hype, it's reality. Rare coins like this don't sit around. They're in high demand, and each year, fewer collectors have access to them. The market is moving fast, and with each passing moment, the opportunity for extraordinary wealth could slip away. And here's another twist. Coins like this are not just investments, they're statements. Owning a 1979 D quarter dollar error is proof of discernment, vision, and timing. It's the kind of asset that speaks for itself, silently appreciating in value while the world rushes by. In fact, even casual observers often underestimate the power of such coins. But seasoned collectors? They know exactly what to look for, and they're paying top dollar. So what does this mean for you right now? If you hold a 1979 D quarter dollar, or even a few quarters from the late 1970s with unusual markings, it's worth taking a closer look. Professional grading can certify its rarity, and auction houses can place it in front of buyers willing to pay life-changing amounts. Remember, opportunities like this don't wait around. The coins that are in your possession today could be the million-dollar stories of tomorrow. And let's be honest, life is too short to let potential wealth slip through your fingers. Every collector, every investor, and every smart entrepreneur knows this simple truth. Recognition, action, and timing create fortune. This quarter isn't just a coin. It's a rare gateway to financial freedom. Imagine turning a forgotten coin into a legacy, securing wealth that not only transforms your lifestyle but leaves a mark for generations. So, as you finish watching this video, take a moment. Look through your coin jar, your drawers, your old collections. That 1979 quarter dollar error could be there, quietly waiting for you to recognize its value. Don't let it slip away, because in a world where rare coins can be worth more than a house, every second counts, and the next great collector might be watching right now. Could it be you? Imagine holding a coin in your hand, a coin so ordinary at first glance, yet so extraordinary that it could transform your life in a single moment. The 1988 Mint Mark quarter dollar isn't just a piece of change. It's a hidden treasure, quietly waiting in millions of wallets, drawers, and coin collections across the United States. Today, collectors and investors alike are scrambling for these rare error coins, some of which have surged in value to an astonishing $721,000. Yes, you heard that right, over $700,000 for a single quarter. Now, I have to ask you, when was the last time you examined the coins in your pocket or your safe with this level of curiosity? Because the one sitting quietly on your desk could be worth a small fortune. What makes this coin so special? It's an error coin, but not just any error. This 1988 quarter carries subtle yet significant minting mistakes that have made it one of the most sought-after pieces in the modern coin world. Errors are not mistakes to be feared. They are opportunities, rare and fleeting. And in the world of coins, opportunity waits for no one. Imagine the excitement of discovering that what you considered mere pocket change is actually a ticket to wealth. Can you feel the rush? That's the thrill that collectors and savvy investors chase every day. Let's dive deeper. The 1988 Mint Mark quarter is part of the Washington Quarter series, a coin many of us grew up with yet most never thought twice about. But here's the twist. This particular quarter has errors in its die strike and mint mark placement that make it extraordinarily rare. Only a few were produced and even fewer survived in collectible condition. And that's why the market is exploding with demand. Every coin has a story, and this one whispers of fortune to those who can spot it. Now, pause for a second. Picture this. While you're sipping your morning coffee, someone across the country is examining a handful of quarters and suddenly realizes they are holding a 1988 error coin worth nearly $750,000. A mix of disbelief and excitement floods their mind. You see, opportunity is silent until it speaks, and when it does, it demands immediate action. The coin market doesn't wait, and neither do collectors who know the stakes. Timing, as always, is everything. Here's a little secret that many people don't realize. The value of coins like this isn't just in the metal or the face value. It's in rarity, in history, in the story it carries. And the 1988 quarter? The story is compelling. Each minute you wait to examine your coins, someone else is making discoveries, snapping up treasures, and building wealth in ways most people only dream of. So take a moment, open that coin album, inspect that loose change. Could your next discovery change your life forever? By now, you're probably wondering, how can I know if I have one? That's where attention to detail comes in. Examine the mint mark, study the die strike, notice any anomalies. This coin is not for the faint-hearted. It's for those ready to claim opportunity, to recognize value where others see only common currency. And let's be honest, who wouldn't want to hold a coin that could be worth $721,000 in their collection? Imagine the freedom, the lifestyle, the doors that open when rare coins become assets in your portfolio. But let me warn you, these coins are vanishing from the market as we speak. Every collector, every investor, every treasure hunter is scanning estate sales, coin shops, and personal collections for the 1988 Mint Mark quarter. And here's the truth. The window to act is limited. This isn't just a coin. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to turn what you thought was ordinary into something extraordinary. Don't let hesitation cost you your chance. So, what will you do today? Will you overlook your collection as just coins? Or will you examine every quarter with the eyes of a collector, a historian, and a wealth builder? The 1988 Mint Mark quarter isn't waiting. It's calling, and the choice to discover and claim its potential is yours. Your next move could be the start of a remarkable journey, one that transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary, and the overlooked into life-changing wealth. And remember, opportunity has a funny way of appearing quietly until you realize it's too late. Don't let this coin be someone else's fortune.